Hello, my name is Craig Ashapa, and I am a technical marketing engineer with Cisco's Server, Access, and Virtualization Group. This video is part of a series that is intended to show some of the unique advantages made possible by Cisco's server offering called the Unified Computing System, or UCS for short. This video will show the viewer the details of implementing multi-hop fiber channel over Ethernet, or FCoE, on UCS. Before we begin the technical demonstration of multi-hop FCoE within UCS, I'd like to briefly discuss the advantages of this newly introduced technology into the UCS feature set. First, UCS multi-hop provides versatile FCoE upstream device connectivity, whether you are connecting UCS to an MDS with an FCoE line card, a Nexus 5000, a Nexus 7000 with either a F1 or F2 line card, or a combination of the above. UCS multi-hop FCoE provides the ability to enable an end-to-end FCoE infrastructure. Second, UCS multi-hop FCoE delivers flexible FCoE uplink engineering options, including the support of N-host mode, also known as NPV mode, and fiber channel switch mode, dedicated FCoE or converged FCoE uplinks, and FCoE port trunking and channeling. And last, ease of configuration, the ability to boot from SAN over FCoE, and FCoE statistics monitoring within the UCS Manager are just a few of the additional advantages of multi-hop FCoE within UCS. Before jumping into the technical demonstration of configuring multi-hop FCoE within UCS, I'd like to review the implemented topology within our demo with the understanding that this is just one of the many possible multi-hop FCoE topologies available. From the bottom up, we can see the UCS 5108 chassis connected to both a Fabric Interconnect A and B via converged FCoE connections. On the left, or Fabric A side, the UCS Fabric Interconnect A is connected to a Nexus 5500 via converged FCoE Ethernet port channel. On the right, or Fabric B, we have the same thing, with the UCS Fabric Interconnect B connected to a Nexus 5500 via a converged FCoE Ethernet port channel. This hop between the UCS Fabric Interconnect and the Nexus 5500 is the first multi-hop FCoE connection northbound from UCS. From Nexus 5500, we then have another FCoE hop to a FCoE-enabled EMC VNX storage array. As a note, the hop from Nexus 5500 to the EMC VNX storage array could have just as well been a fiber channel connection if that was the implemented connectivity. Another note is that northbound from the Nexus 5500 could have been another FCoE-capable switch, such as a second Nexus 5500, a Nexus 7000, or a MDS storage director. Although out of direct scope for this demo given the many configuration options of the northbound from UCS multi-hop FCoE device, at a high level the following configurations were completed on the Nexus 5500. FCoE, NPIV, and LACP features were enabled. FCoE QoS parameters were configured. VLANs and vSANs were created, with the VLANs being mapped to their appropriate vSANs. Port channels were created with their designated ports, and VFCs were created and bound to their respective port channels. So let's take a look at the ease of configuring multi-hop FCoE within UCS. The first thing I need to do is create my vSAN. So under here under the SAN tab, and then under the navigation tree under SAN, SAN Cloud, Fabric A, under vSANs, you can see I already created a vSAN here called FCoE vSAN 100. I gave it an ID of 100. I also matched the FCoE VLAN ID to 100 as well. These don't have to be the same, but I did from a best practice perspective. If I look on the B fabric, I created a FCoE vSAN 101. And again, I gave that a 101 ID, and then I matched that to the FCoE VLAN ID 101. These are the numbers that I went ahead and created prior in my Nexus 5500 configuration. The next step in our configuration is to configure the FCoE uplink ports between the UCS Fabric Interconnect and the Nexus 5500 upstream switch. So I'm going to go to the Equipment tab over here. I'm going to drill down in the navigation tree down to port 25 on the Fabric A side, per our topology diagram that I showed prior. And you'll see this is already configured as an FCoE uplink port because I did this for the sake of time. If I needed to configure that, I would just hit the reconfigure and choose to configure as FCoE uplink port option. Also, if this was a single connection rather than a port channel, I would go ahead and set the vSAN here. And that would be important to set this to the appropriate vSAN. However, since this will be a port channel configuration, I'll be setting the vSAN on the port channel as a whole. I've also done this for port 26 on the A side and 25 and 26 on the B side per the topology. So now that the appropriate vSANs and FCoE uplink links have been created, I'm going to go ahead and create the port channel between the UCS Fabric Interconnect A and the Nexus 5500 upstream switch. So I'm going to go over here to the SAN tab, go to FCoE port channels on the Fabric A, right click this, click create FCoE port channel. I'm going to give this a number. The port channel is going to be port channel number 2. I'm going to give it a name. It's going to be called FCoE PC2. Click the next button. Now we're presented with all of the ports that are available to be put into this port channel. Per our topology, I'm going to put 125 and 126 into this port channel and click the finish button. Click OK. And now what you'll see is I have the port channel with ports FCoE port channels 125 and 126. Now I need to go ahead and set the vSAN that's associated to this particular port channel. So I'm going to go over here and click on FCoE vSAN 100 that we created earlier. And click Save Changes. Now what we've created here is a pure FCoE uplink that's just going to be carrying FCoE traffic. So if I want to create a converged port channel that's going to carry both FCoE and the standard LAN Ethernet traffic, I need to go over here to the LAN tab. I need to create a port channel over here that mirrors the one we just created. So I'm going to create port channel. I'm going to give it the same ID of 2. I'm going to give it the same name. Click Next. I'll be presented with all the ports again. I'm going to choose the same ports 125 and 126. And then I'm going to click Finish. Now here you'll see under the LAN port channel, I'm using the same ports, the same port channel ID. Now the port channel between the UCS Fabric Interconnect A and the Nexus 5500 is a converged port channel carrying both pure FCoE traffic and the Ethernet LAN traffic over the same connections. In addition, please reference video I-12 Simplifying Enterprise Class Quality Service on UCS for details on how to guarantee minimal service levels to different traffic types. To recap, the introduction of multi-hop FCoE support into the UCS feature set opens up a number of new converged and non-converged topologies, which enables end-to-end FCoE, resulting in physical port, fiber, and HBA reductions, lowering overall management costs associated with converged infrastructures. Simple configuration of multi-hop FCoE within UCS provides powerful solutions and flexible topologies to meet the varied target architectures customers have been requesting. Whether it's converged, non-converged, fiber channel over Ethernet, legacy fiber channel, or a mixture of the above, UCS continues to expand its connectivity options. This ends this UCS Advantage video, where we show how unique capabilities in the Cisco UCS can lead to simplified deployment models with much faster service turnaround to meet the increasing demands of the business. Please go to www.cisco.com/go/UCS for printed collateral, including a brochure that highlights the information shown in this video. Thank you.